I'll put back this window and hopefully block out the one that's making all the weird maneuvers. Yes. Would you like to start the driving, or? Very good. We are on so if you're driving on Navigator, yes, for the this would be this file here, right? Can you see the filter movie list feature? Filter movie, yes. Can you hear me? Okay, hopefully this is recording properly. And so we are both on the filter movie list feature file, and you are about to start doing it. So the first problem, I believe, is to get that list of movies into the database so that the given thing actually works. Not the scenario. That's part 2. Right? So you're working on part 2 then, or? As far as I know, the part 1 is about going to the movie steps file and adding the implementation of the following movies exist. All right. Do you need to capitalize the first letter so that it knows it's getting the right thing? Yeah, and then it changes into a keyword just like that. Now do you want to test these as we go, or are you going to type them all in and test them after? So let's temporarily just save the file. Let me see if I can get you a window to do this, let's split into 2 columns. And this should be a bash window here. Not sure why it isn't full size, but in the wrong directory, sorry. We want to be in BPD and Rotten Potatoes subdirectory. There we are. And we want to do the cucumber features. We are working on filter movie list dot feature. Okay, so 2 failed and 2 others failed. Let's see, can I go back? No, I can't go back. So let me try this again with piping so we can say what we're looking at. All right, so you want to see what the what's the first failure that we got? I think the first failure is it just doesn't have any movies in the database. So that given fails at the top, so you can't. Okay. We can quit out of that if you want. Since you're driving, tell me what you're up to. I think if you fix the syntax, I think it's slightly different. The movie steps.rb, it's when I check the following ratings. So there's the word the, and ratings is plural, and there's a colon. So it's looking for direct regular expression match, so that has to be the same. So I check the following ratings, colon. So you need the word the, yes, there they are, and colons after the word ratings, and then it should work. No. You were right. There's a slight lag, so I'm not sure. Yeah, instead of a comma, it's a colon, the 2 dots. If the lag fixes itself here, yep, there it does. So save that, and I think those parts will pass, but we still have to add the actual movies to the database. But let's run the test here. Run the cucumber window again. Can you do it, or do you need me to do it? Oh, looks like you got it. Okay, failing scenarios. Restrict to movies with PG and R ratings. Okay, well, what do you make of this? How about if I drive for a little here, and I will put the movies into the database so that we have something to work with, okay? Let me mark the split down, 946. And so what I would say is we go back here to the movie steps file where we have this fail unimplemented here. You can get rid of it. And for the movies table hashes, we need to create a movie for each one that's being passed. And the thing that gets passed is a hash, which movie create will actually take it. So I believe that's all we need to do to actually put the movies into the database. And then, so this is why the uncheck is failing, is because we have no actual implementation. So this one has to be fixed to get the first scenario. But let's just see if we can pass the movies in the database given part first. I think that is the part one. Yes, test it. So one failed, one passed. So let me show you the, I think these unimplementeds were not here in the original, because for part one, they want you to get the database working. So let's put it like this. And now if you repeat the test, I think it will pass. Okay, we still have two that are called undefined, but everything else passed. So we should also run the other feature. So let me see if I can, that's called sort movie list feature, right? And that passed. Okay, so that now we have completed part one. So do you have the instructions for part two up? Sure. Well, I go see if I can find them. Looks like we're still recording. All right, this is HW4, MookWorks. Where's the... I had it over here. No. Yes. No, wrong one. Sorry. Put this away. Reading. I apologize. I should have the... is this one. And this is something else. Just simplify our lives here. Here we go. This is the here's our BDD and Cucumber homework. All right, so we did part 1. Part 2, the happy paths for filtering the movies. So it's the next scenario down. So it's the one where you started, and we're doing the existing step definitions to uncheck and check the boxes. But we already did part of part 2, so we might as well go and finish the implementation of 2.2, right? So what they're saying is that over here on the back on this thing where we've already got instructions for the multiple checkboxes, we're going to go over here and actually make it do that. So that's the lines 23 through 27 here. And so rather than actually being unimplemented, we have, so we're given 2 groups here. The uncheck command comes in this variable, and whatever list of ratings comes in this variable. And so the suggestion here is that we use string split on the rating list. So I'll start with that. We're coming in with the comma separating. And then the result, we can do an each for and loop through them. So in the block here, we're given something that we'll call rating. How's that? And with, so then we're in loop, we're given each rating. The rating has possibly spaces associated with it, so we'll need to strip the spaces off. We can do that when we actually use it. And I believe the syntax to use here is called steps. And when I check so then we need to fill out the name of the thing that we're checking, which starts with rating underbar. And oops. Starts with rating underbar. And I think that that is also within double quotes. So the trick here is that we have to use the alternate way of quoting, which is with a percent sign, right? Which is ratings with an S. This one here. The name of the variable. I'm pretty sure it's singular. That we're talking about the individual checkbox, right? So it'll be called rating underbar PG or rating underbar G. All right, well, If it works, then you're right. If it doesn't, then let's try what I was going to do. Is this the full thing here? Are we ready to test? Save the file. Let's go back here and cucumber the movie list feature. All right, so it looks like we don't actually have a test, but I need to make this thing bigger window. So there's to it. That's better. This way we can see what we're talking about, right? Helps if I could spell right. Cucumber. For me, it may not have looked that way on your screen, but for me, I was only seeing a quarter of a screen, so this way I've got the full screen now. I can actually see what we're talking about. And what I see is getting recorded, so it's probably better for the recording too. Anyway, so the thing we passed was getting the movies to exist, and the thing that's failing is the check ratings, undefined dynamic step. I check ratings PG. So something about it isn't working. I have a, let me see if, can I try this? Yeah, whatever it is, it didn't like either one. So undefined dynamic step. Yes, so the rating, yeah, didn't I do that? Maybe I must have mistaken it. But if you look at the outputs, it says I check quote rating underbar PG quote quote quote. So there were 4 quotes there, and it probably doesn't like that. All right, are we ready to try again? Yeah. Too many, right? All right, let's save this and run. Okay, well, this time unable to find checkbox rating PG. So it's doing what we're telling to it. It just can't find it on the homepage. So that means we got the name wrong. So maybe that S that you put in is required also, right? That's one that we removed here. Looks good, right? We got a green line for PG&R. Now the uncheck is not working because I know why. I believe I can fix this. Do you see it? You don't see the bash window. What do you see over in the... Do you see anything in the right-hand half of the screen? No. All right. Do you see anything in the bottom half of the screen? Like down here? Am I changing the height of the bottom for you? The files are over on the left, but underneath the editor window, there should be another window. I'm opening a terminal there. Can you see this? I'm typing ls-l into it, and I got the... Do you see that window? Huh. All right. Well, I guess it doesn't help much if you can't see what we're doing. How about if you look on the screen sharing window? Or no, that's what... You're looking at the Cloud9 window, right? If you look on Google screen share, does anything look different? I'm in the Hangout window. Yeah, sure. Should be able to. Talk to me. What's happening? I'm only looking at the Cloud9 chat window, so if you're chatting in the Hangout window, I don't see it. I will look over at the Hangout window and... Yeah, I think since we're collaborating in this window, it'd probably work best to stay here. But if you can't see the results, maybe you can see them in the Hangout window if you put it side by side. This up. I don't... Oh, I have an idea. What about this? Can you see... let me clear that up, but create a terminal over here. Where's the terminal? Hello? Oh, right, I have to use plus. If I put a terminal on this side, can you see that? I'm typing CD into... Can't see that either. But you can see the file window, right, that we're collaborating on. And when I change the file window, I will not understand this system. It's crazy. Last person I did it with, we had different problems. So sorry. Anyway, it seemed like we were collaborating, so all right. If you can see I have the window set up, the movie steps on the left, and there's a bash window on the right that I can run Cucumber. And if you can see that, you can see our results. Anyway, I was going to fix the uncheck that we weren't having, which is because we don't have uncheck in here. Which should work because that %Q is like quotes also. So I will run it in this window that you can only see on Google Hangouts. Sorry. All right, it passed. And nope, it didn't do uncheck. Undefined step, uncheck the following ratings. Oh, and it also has remember I said we had to strip the spaces off? Might be what's preventing that. Because we had spaces in the second line, right? Oh no, you didn't. Do you have any clues about how to fix line 27? When it says uncheck? Yes, I know that strip is right. Well, we can run the test again. I don't think it'll affect the fact that it says uncheck the following ratings. So it comes out undefined for the uncheck. Oh, I know why. Do you spot it? We forgot the I on the definition here. And I uncheck the following ratings. What do you think? I think this will work. Yes. All right, would you like to draw the next portion? For the benefit of the recording, I'll talk a bit here. Continuing with the, well, we have 4 more steps, I think, to the first test before we go on to the next one. The first scenario. I mean, we've checked and unchecked things, but we don't have anything for testing the results, right? So we did, the first one says enter steps to check PG&R. We did that. Enter steps to uncheck all other checkboxes. We did that. Enter step to submit the search form to the home page. Let's see, I am on line 29. Of filter movie list I feature. It is part 2, step 1, I believe, or step 2. So basically, we're just going down the list for these inner steps things before we get to the next scenario. Yeah, I did the comment for 920 line. Bleh. Comment for line 28 has already been done, so comment for line 30 is what you're working on, right? Is it called out with a capital R, or I forget? So then we need to say then something. It's probably enough to just put in the title.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, do you mind if I join?
Yeah, I guess we're just kind of in here doing it. I Can you see the link on the in the chat window to the Cloud9 window that we're using?
Uh, yeah, on the chat.
Google Hangouts chat window. I sent a link to the Cloud9 window for collaborating that we're recording right now. We've been at this for about 40 minutes already, so we're kind of pretty much in the middle towards the end, so it might not be worth your while to join this one.
The homework is due tomorrow at 12:57, and I'm afraid I won't find somebody else to do the pair programming with.
All right, well, you're here. Sam is not using audio, but she's putting in the, she's driving right now.
Okay.
We're on part 2. We're still doing the filter movie list feature.
Yeah,
Finishing off the scenarios for that.
I can't help. I kinda got it to like pretty much done. So if you have a question or something, I just need the pair programming. But I can help with the RSpec, or the doing the homework with you if you have a question or something.
Okay, well, there's this is all Cucumber, I'm pretty sure, in this homework. It's pretty simple. Homework 5 is the one that uses RSpec more, right?
Oh, are you working on homework 4 now?
That's the one that we put on our link. Yes, this is a
Oh,
homework for pair programming.
oh, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about
You're in
homework.
the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong place then. I'll leave you guys do your own thing then.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Coming along nicely here, Sam. Uh, I think you don't need the word the, but maybe it should work. Yeah, let's see. The Terminator was R, and The Incredibles was PG, and those are what we're looking at. And you should not see Aladdin, which is G. Yeah, those should all be fine. There's like 7 others that we should put in for completeness, but let's try this. I'm thinking that the word the before the title is not necessary, but it might be able to skip it. I'm not sure. We might need to get rid of those thes on 33, 34, and 36. But let me run the cucumber over here since you saved it. Yes, I'm doing it. All right, what we got here? When I press refresh, worked. Then I should see the Terminator. Yeah, I think it's not liking the word the. So if you could just remove the thes that are before the title strings. It should be fine. And maybe the extra space before the Terminator there also. Yeah. Save it, and off goes the cucumber. Yes. Very good. All right. So next part is all the ratings selected scenario. Do you want to keep driving or shall I drive? That's only 10 minutes. You should do some more. All ratings selected. Do you know what to do? I think it's in movie steps. We need to implement that last thing on I should see all the movies. And then in the scenario, we should actually say something about it. Yes, that's the then, but you need a win first. It's for checking all the ratings boxes, right? Where'd you go? Oh, you're in the steps file. I see. So what's the strategy here? We want to count how many movies there are and count how many movies are on screen, right? think that'll work. But what does page.all give us? Movie all size is a number, right? So how do we get however many there are in the table that's on screen, which I think has got the ID movies also, right? So we just want to know how many rows are in the table. I admit I don't know how to do it myself, so I'm watching you for. Can we put in a selector with the ID? So like, would it be body number movies or something? Yeah. Can you like say count after you have, no, that's not gonna work. We want to count the number of TRs inside the movies table. Yeah. Do we want to expect, right? So we're narrowing in on something. Yeah, me neither. I remember seeing most of the stuff should start with expect though, right? Expect page.all. Or can you just say it like that? Then the expression goes, yeah. Expect something to equal something, I think. We don't care if there's only one table on the page, so is T-body the right thing? Anyway. Okay, you ready to run Cucumber? Let's do it. Did we save it? Save the file. Oh, this is the file that hasn't been saved. So, I think we need a win line to check all the checkboxes. Know what I mean? Oh, in the feature file, in the last scenario, there has to be a win line as well as a then line, and I think we can steal when I check the following ratings, and we just list all four of them. So on line above line 40, right? You don't think so? Scenarios always have a when and then a then, as far as I know. All right, well, I'll run Cucumber for you. Let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, so then I should see all the movies. Seems to pass. All right. So why is that scenario? Oh, I see. Well, but the assignment says we were supposed to check. Okay, so what is actually happening there is, given that you have all the movies entered in the database, then you should see all the movies, is what your test said. And yes, that's working. But what they actually wanted us to test was if we had all the ratings boxes checked, then we should see all the movies. I think, isn't that what it says on the documentation? Let me see if I can find the. Here's the documentation window. For this number 3, for the scenario, all ratings selected, it would be tedious to use, and I should see that, blah, 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 to detract all the movies, and steps would be is consider counting the number of rows, HTML table to implement these steps if you computed row. Anyway, the scenario is called all ratings selected, so in order to make all ratings selected, you actually have to select all the ratings, right? That's just what I was trying to convey. Shall I show you what I mean? I can drive for a while if you want. They're doing fine. I'm just not communicating effectively what I wanted to have happen. See where my cursor is in scenario, all ratings selected. I'm going to take this line and put it down here and make sure that we select all the ratings. So PG-13, G, and let's see, 17. All the ratings boxes. Then I should see all the movies. And that should work also. No reason for it not to work, just it was actually wanting to do that, I thought. So let me just double check that I'm not crazy here. Cucumber will tell us. Okay, so that's working. So when you check all the ratings boxes, then you see all the movies. Now, according to our documentation window, oops, wrong one. We're ready to go on to the happy paths for the sort feature. So I will go to this file here. Yes, part 3. Do you agree that part 2 is working? Sure. Okay, we're ready to move on, or okay, something else. Okay. This is the sort movie feature file here. We have two scenarios at the bottom. Sort movies alphabetically and sort movies in release date order. And we want to have something that tells when some movie comes before some other movie in the list. So this is our lines 14 through 17 up here. I should see one thing before one other thing. Yes, so let's put the calls in first. So then I should see, what did you say, Aladdin comes before Amelie? Is that how you pronounce it? And then when we're sorting by release date, which two do you want to pick on? It should probably be things that are not already in order by being added and are not in order when they're alphabetical. So 2001 is before The Help, for example, or Amelie or Chocolat is before The Help. Chocolat before Help, got it. Yeah. So that should turn something red when we run this. Oh, we got to run the right thing. We want to run the sort feature. Yep. That's not going to work. Oh, what happened there? Sort movie list. All right. So we're calling something that doesn't exist. Better be red. Nope, didn't even work. What the heck? Still got an FI on the front for some reason. I thought I got rid of that. Let's try again. Yep, everything passed. Because before it doesn't fail. Oh, duh. I got rid of the failure line. Okay, well, anyway, so we should actually make it do something. I propose using index, so like the following. Page.body.index of E1 2 equals page.body.index of E2. I want to expect 2 or x1 less than x2. Guess I'll do this. Nice. Okay. Well, yeah, so let's say that thing actually says whether x1 is in the body before x2. If we put in sorted on alphabetical order, this is going to work. But if we do one like this, say, that should fail, right? The second one should be after Amelie in alphabetical order. So we should see a failure here. For the other two should still pass. And instead, it looks like everything fails. Where did we go? So, should see Aladdin before Amelie. Expected true, got respect expectations, target equals true. Ah. Oh, all right. Are you happy with the session? Did we do enough pairing or? I will close things down here and send you a link. Let's see. Can you put your email address here in the chat window? And I'll email you the stuff. And you're welcome, and have a good rest of the evening, day, whatever it is for you.